This is San Francisco 49ers versus Seattle Seahawks pre-game live, and this is a statement game. As early as you can get in the season, early October, the San Francisco 49ers already playing a game that has huge implications on their future this season, where they're going to go, and it all starts on Thursday Night Football versus Seattle. We got a big one on our hands this evening. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Good morning to you if you're on the West Coast. Good afternoon to you if you are on the East Coast. Hopefully, you are doing well. Let me know where you guys are going to be watching the game today. Drop an SDS in the chat. Smash that like button. Let's talk about why this is such a crucial game and why legacies are on the line in an October game. We're going to get into it all right now. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see it. Shout out to the SDS. We got people checking in from all over. Pennsylvania in the building. Richmond, Virginia in the building. Houston, Texas. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Look at that. The SDS is all over the place. For me, I will be watching the game straight from Lumen Field here in Seattle. So I'm going to be boots on the ground. This is a massive game. Again, I cannot reiterate enough what an important game this is. Already heading into week 6, we're talking about playoffs. Yeah, baby. This is like an early playoff game in October. A lot is on the line. What's good, Cheyenne? Says SDS must win. I will literally go into severe depression if we lose to the Seahawks. A lot's on the line, people. We got Cheyenne's mental health. We got all our mental health. Look at all the people checking in. El Paso, Texas, checking in. More Texas. Salt Lake City, Utah. Madison. Let's go. My guy going to be watching from Stream East. We got Tennessee checking in. Hopefully, if you guys are on the East Coast or in the Florida area, obviously, hopefully you guys are doing well. I know a lot of crazy stuff's going down there. So thinking about all you guys with everything that's going on over there. So hopefully you guys are doing well. We got, is that Bakersfield? We got Maui in the building. Let's go. All right. So I don't know. Is anyone in here going to the game? Any SDS actually going to be in Lumen Stadium today for what feels like the fate of our season hanging on by a thread? Wife is a Seahawks fan. Let's make her sad tonight. Bang, bang, Niner gang. From Concord. You from the north? You from North Concord? Maybe. Shout out North Concord. Dominic said, Brad, missed prediction Wednesday. Next week, sleeper must pick Brock for the over on rush yards. He's hit every week. Fresno in the building. I'll keep that in mind. We did our sleeper picks last night. I'll pull them up if you guys want to take a look, maybe do your own sleeper picks. You can follow along, you can fade, you can do whatever you want. I'll pull up the sleeper picks here in a little bit. What's good, Lake City? Good to see you, man. Haven't seen you in here for a while. Good to see all the squad in the building. We need a sea of red at the game. Hopefully there will be lots of people at the game. And again, if you are going, shout out to Tick Pick for sponsoring our live shows. You already know, Cheapest tickets anywhere. StubHub, doesn't matter. SeatGeek, TickPick is always going to beat them with the best prices because they don't have fees. No hidden fees, nothing. The price you see when you click on the ticket is the price you actually pay at checkout. And if you want a better deal, use my code SF9ers. You'll get an additional $25 off your ticket. That's a pretty substantial amount off your ticket already. So you guys already know what to do. Use TickPick when buying your ticket. Shout out to TickPick for sponsoring our live shows. But let's get into this. Let's get into why this game is such a crucial game. We were talking about this last night. This feels like a legacy game for Kyle Shanahan, which is insane. Insane that Kyle has been to multiple Super Bowls. He's been to multiple NFC championship games. And we're talking about a week 6 matchup on Thursday Night Football on a short week against the Seahawks as damn near a legacy game for Kyle Shanahan. And if you weren't with us last night for our Prediction Wednesday show, let me explain. Obviously, when you have high expectations and you have high standards, and those are not being met, it doesn't matter who you are. People are going to be upset. People are going to want answers. People are going to want to understand, why do we believe that we're good and we are up here, yet we are performing down here? We are playing below our level. We are playing below our standard. Why is this? So not only do you have that baked into it, the 49ers have now flushed away 2 NFC West games. That right there is why this is already a must-win game. You already have not only put yourself in a hole with the record of being 2-3, you have put yourself in a hole in the NFC West. And when you set out to begin a season, one of the first goals that they draw up on the whiteboard is win the NFC West. Boom. Underline it, circle it. This is one of the main goals that we set out to accomplish every single season. And we're 0-2 to start the season. So if you go 0-3, there is a lot of panic that is going to hit these internet streets. And on top of that, that's a hard hole to climb out of, because you are now officially, the best you can do is split in division. That's the best. So that makes it that puts you at an extreme disadvantage to be able to get atop that NFC West. So this is huge game. This is a huge one. They already fumbled two wins against the Rams and the Cardinals. And as a result of that, boy, oh boy, they have their backs against the wall. And so that's why this is already a statement game for Kyle Shanahan. It's a legacy game for Kyle Shanahan because everyone's looking at Kyle. Everyone's looking at Kyle to be like, Kyle, what's going on, man? Because that's the responsibility of a head coach. The head coach, we talk about, how to identify certain things. Well, the head coach is responsible for those things. He's responsible for the totality. He's responsible for the high level overview. He's responsible for everything. He can't go out and execute. He can't do those things, right? He can't hold on to the ball. Those things that we don't hold Kyle accountable for, those types of miscues and mistakes. Where we really try to hold him accountable as to overall record, overall play style, complementary football, red zone efficiency, those types of things. And right now, that's where we need Kyle. We need Kyle to dial it up. And obviously, it's a combination. You got to execute, and you got to call the right stuff. So it's a combination. But where I'm really looking at Kyle's energy and vibe, I want to see this team so locked in, so focused. You know what a disjointed team looks like. We need the opposite of that. We need this team circling the wagons and pretending, not pretending, because it almost damn near is an elimination game because the odds are not in their favor if they lose this game. So they need this one. They need this one not only for themselves, they need it for our fan base. Our fan base needs this, man. If the 49ers don't get this one, consider every single person on the San Francisco 49ers organization fired because this fan base will fire every single one of them. You could be the water boy. You're getting fired by someone on Twitter. You could be the janitor. You're getting fired by someone on Twitter. If you don't win this game, this fan base is going to rain upon this team. So this is a big one. A lot of pressure. Lots of pressure on this one. So, man. But that it also makes this game exciting. You know what I'm saying? I think it makes this game a it makes this game feel like a playoff game. You know, I was watching this 30 for 30 last night. I'm in my hotel room. I'm in Seattle. I'm watching this 30 for 30. It was the Catholics versus the Convicts, Notre Dame versus Miami. That whole situation. I don't know if you're familiar. I don't know if you're not. I'm not going to go into detail of like what it is. But back in like 1988, they had this crazy matchup. It was one of the craziest college football games of all time. And these guys in Notre Dame, they were talking about this speech that Lou Holtz gave at the beginning of the game. And they said that when he gave his speech, they knew they weren't winning that game. They knew with what he said and the message that he delivered that they were going to win that game. That's what I need from Kyle. I need Kyle to energize the troops. I need Kyle to inject a belief into this team that they're going to win this game no matter what. Not playing scared, not playing like, oh, you know, the nervous energy, the pressure. This is one of those games where, man, you got to come out and you got to give it everything. Everything needs to be left out on that field. No stone unturned. Everything. So it's a huge game. It's a huge game for sure. But you know, it all starts with Kyle, and then it's up to everyone else to execute the plan, play their game. So obviously Brock is an extension of Kyle. So then Brock's got to be able to execute. You got to be able to go after this one. You have to treat this game with a different level of energy. And as you can notice, I'm spending a lot of time and emphasis on energy more so than play design, than execute. This team needs a shot in the arm. They need to remember who they are. They need to remember that they are the hunted. They need to remember that they control this game. Javier, appreciate the super chat, says, do you think Kyle is showing off throwing like his dad is in the crowd? Kyle's under more pressure than Purdy tonight. Much love, my boy. Love your channel. Appreciate you, Javier. Thank you so much for the super chat. Do I think Kyle is showing off? I don't think he's necessarily showing off. I feel like he's feeling the pressure. And I feel like Kyle might be pressing a little bit. I think Kyle realizes that without Christian McCaffrey in the lineup, there's a lot more emphasis on him. There's a lot more emphasis on how he schemes. I mean, we know from watching the film, Christian McCaffrey did wonders for this offense and for Kyle. And now you don't have that. And I think when you look at the 49ers struggles in the red zone, a lot of that has to do with not having CMC. CMC created so much space. We talked about his ability to have a gravitational pull, whether it's running and going and doing choice routes, whether it's going into the flat, whether all of these different types of things. Kyle would manipulate the scheme off of the gravity of Christian McCaffrey. And I really think with right now, with what we're seeing, is Kyle is having a little bit of a struggle without him. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's creating a challenge. So I think he's pressing. That's what I think. I don't think it's necessarily like he's showing off. I think he's pressing. I think he's trying to push the right buttons at the right time. And to me, he's playing a little gun shy. That's my read on it. I want to see Kyle be aggressive. When you're losing, when you let victories slide in the fourth quarter, that's because you're not aggressive. That's because you don't have a mentality of we're winning this game no matter the circumstances, no matter what everything looks like. They're playing not to lose the game, and they're as a result losing the game. You can't have that mentality. If you're playing not to lose, you've already lost. They need to play to win. They need I've been saying it all year since the Rams game. This game needs to be 0 letting off the gas pedal. 0 of that. And they let off the gas pedal too much. They go into this mode where it's like, all right, run the clock out and we'll get out of here. It's not working for them, because when you do that, you let teams hang around. And if you're in preservation mode and their team gets a big play, just like that, you hand over the momentum. You can't do that. You can't keep giving the momentum back to these teams, because that's the 49ers' biggest flaw under the Kyle Shanahan era. Not just this year, not just last year. Throughout Kyle Shanahan's, in my opinion, he lets teams hang around. He lets teams hang around and it bites them in the butt. That's why he leads. Like, he has an unbelievable, crazy number of games that he's lost in the fourth quarter, heading into fourth quarters with leads. I think it was 18. It's like a historically high number. And so my thing is, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, right? So Kyle Shanahan cannot execute a fourth quarter with a 10-point lead like he has in the past. It is insanity. You cannot do the same thing and expect a different result. So if the 49ers have a 10-point lead heading into into the fourth quarter, they need to treat that fourth quarter like they are down 7 points. They need to keep attacking, keep going, keep stepping on the hopes and the dreams of the Seattle Seahawks. If you give the Seahawks hope, if you give them a belief that they can come back into this game with the entire stadium behind them, that's when you fail. You can't do that. You can't do that. You got to step. I mean, we've heard it from multiple people. I think Steve Young was talking about it. He mentioned the same thing. He said you got to step on their throat. And again, I know that's graphic and I know that's violent, but this is football and it's a violent game. And that's the mentality. This is war. These are alpha, grown, just physically imposing dudes hitting each other as hard as they can. This is the closest thing to war outside of war that you can run into. So these guys have to treat it that way. And they can't be like, oh, we're going to get out of this one. Let's drop it into cruise control and get out of here. No, that doesn't work. You have to keep attacking. You have to keep firing. And that's my thing with the 49ers tonight. I will not feel comfortable with a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter and start watching them start to milk clock and, no. Score more. Keep the crowd out of the game. That's one of the biggest things that is going to be, I think, a huge impact tonight is how do you keep the crowd out of this game? And how you get the crowd out of the game is you score early. You have to. You have to make a big play early on defense. You have to score early. You have to. And you have to then maintain that pacing throughout. I was here in 2022. Brock Purdy's second career start after he dismantled the Tampa Bay Bucks and Tom Brady in his first career start. He entered this game with a broken rib. I remember being out there for pregame, doing my pregame content. And I'm like, where's Brock? Brock isn't out here. I'm like, where's Brock? This is weird. I only see Josh Johnson throwing around. Where's Brock? Why isn't Brock throwing? Where the hell is he? The story goes, Brock Purdy came out to the field and his rib he couldn't throw beyond 15 yards. So he had to go back into the locker room in the pregame, get a pain-numbing injection so he could play through this broken rib. And then Brock Purdy comes out and has he has 2 touchdowns to George Kittle. He has a game-sealing run where he stays in bounds to keep the clock going, to move the sticks that turns into a Jordan Mason deep run. We need to score early. We need to get up early because you have to keep that crowd out of this. I didn't hear that crowd that game. The reason why is because of how they played and how they played early. If you allow this crowd, the 12s, as annoying as they are, to get into this one, it's going to be a substantially more challenging for this 49ers offense. And that's the last thing they need. So this is a momentum game. This is an energy game. This is a soul game. Who are you? It's an identity game. Who are you at your core? What kind of team are you? Because it's going to be on full display in front of the entire world tonight. Come on, man. That's why this game's got me hyped. I'm super hyped for this one. I don't know about you guys. I have less nervous energy than actual just like I'm pumped. I'm pumped up right now. I'm freaking ready to go. Bro, you and me both. Give me some pads. I'm ready to strap it. Give me a chin strap, man. Let me put the helmet on. Let me go hit someone. Because that's what it's got to be. This is a soul snatching game. This ain't we got to go out and execute. Execution is a given. That's a prerequisite to get into the building. You have to execute. Come on, man. We know this. We know you got to do your job. We know that. Come on, man. This is about how much heart do you have? How badly do you want this? Are you willing to risk everything to go out and win this game? This is what this game is about. And this game, to me, will tell me who this team is. So that's the biggest thing. We have a body of work now. We have 5 games. And now we get to figure out who this team is. And we're either going to be rejuvenated or we're going to be extremely disappointed. There's only 2 options here. So It's crazy. It's crazy that we're here in October, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It's got me hyped for this game. It all comes down to this. It all comes down to this. My daughter is saying that I'm yelling too much. I'm too hyped. I've got noise canceling headphones on. I have no idea how loud I'm being. I'm hyped. I am hyped right now. This is a big one. This is a big game. My hotel neighbors are probably like, who is this crazy person screaming? It's come on, man. Hey, that's what type of game it is. That's what type of game it is, baby. Ain't no time for cupcaking. We ain't cupcaking around here, baby boy. Oh, that one echoed a little bit. Oh, goodness. Nah, this is real, man. I'm hyped. I haven't been this hyped all year at all. I haven't been even close to this hyped. So it's time, like I keep saying, man. This has got to be the energy in the locker room. The energy in the locker room got to be all the way turned. Like I don't want to see no one jogging. I don't want to see no one half-assing. None of it. None of it. None of that today. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. If you're jogging on the field, if you're not giving maximum effort, get off the field, man. I got no time today. I got no time for half-assing today. Zero time. It's now or never, baby. And you got to live for these moments. As a football player, man, you got to live for these moments. I get it. You don't want to be here, but you are. And your back's against the wall. And a lot of people want to see you fail. And a lot of people want to see you crumble. And a lot of people want to rub it in your face and tell you you're a buster. That's what a lot of people want to do. You got to take that and you got to feed off of it. You got to take every little bit of energy from the outside noise, from internally what you know needs to be accomplished, and you need to channel it into every single play. Because if I see anyone half-assing in this game, I'm calling them out. I don't care. I got to see balls to the wall. I got to see 60 minutes of the just unbelievable effort. I need locked in. I need focus. I need energy. That's what I need. Like I said, execution's a given. Execution is a given. Hold it to me. I'll tell you right off the bat. Anyone lagging, we're going to have problems. Because if you're lagging in this game, if you're lagging now, we got problems. So I'm hyped, man. I'm ready to go. Kickoff. We're 6 hours away? We're almost exactly 6 hours from kickoff. All hands on deck, baby. All hands on deck. No time to tuck the tails. Please call out 59 Devondre Campbell. It's time, baby. It's time to step up. It's time. It's time to get after it. Fan base calling you out. Your own coaching staff's calling you out by rotating you. What are you going to do about it? Come on, Devondre. We need it. If it's not Devondre, then it needs to be D. Winters. It needs to be Jalen Graham. It needs to be someone. It needs to be Tatum Bethune. We need someone. Someone needs to light the fire other than Fred Warner can't carry this whole team. I got no issues with Fred. Fred Warner can't carry this whole team. we're actually gonna head down. We're gonna head down to. She wants to go to the gum wall, so we're gonna do Pike's Place before the game. Right after this. So as you can see, I'm charged. I'm charged up. You know me. I'm pretty calm. Cool, collected. It takes a lot for me to get hyped up. It honestly does, and I'm all the way. I'm all the way. I'm thinking back to the old days back when I was playing. Like I'm hyped up. Like these are the types of games that you should live for as a football player. These are the types of games that these are character games, identity games. These are this is a locker room game. I can't wait. And hey, listen, if it all comes crashing down tonight, it is what it is. And we're gonna call it like it is. If it all comes crashing down tonight, then it is what it is. But this is a legacy game for Kyle Shanahan. Come on, Kyle, baby. I need Kyle. I need Kyle to step up. I need everyone. All hands on deck, baby. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Some people were asking about my sleeper picks earlier in the stream. These were my sleeper picks. I feel like Kittle's going crazy today. So I got a Kittle touchdown on the books. I got Brandon Ayuk moving the sticks, going over 65 yards. And I think Kenneth Walker is going to get the ball a lot, and I think he'll get a red zone touchdown today. I don't think this is going to be a blowout. I think this is going to be a big time back and forth. I think this game could ultimately come down to who has the ball last. So, man, this is going to be a big one, and this is kind of how I was seeing game flow playing out, and that's what I got. I think Walker's is gonna get some yards. It's about containing him. That's a good running back right there. Also, if you guys do want to get in on those picks, you want to match my picks, or you want to fade my picks, feel free. All you got to do is you got to download Sleeper, use my code, the SF9ers, this way, right there. Boop. Use the code SF9ers. Whatever you deposit, they're going to match up to 100. So technically, you already have more money. You've already won just by depositing money into your account. So you drop 50, they're giving you 50, right? So if you want to get in on this, there you go. Use my code. That'll get you a deposit match. Already gets you more money into your wallet than you had to begin with. And you haven't even played anything. Let's see. Rick says that's what the haters want for us to fail today. All the haters, they want us to fail. The faithful will be back up. Oh, yeah. The haters. Hey, there's some 49er fans praying on the 49ers downfall. We got 49er faithful preying on the 49ers downfall. Some people feed off of the chaos. Some people, so you got the fire Kyle Shanahan gang. Oh boy, they've been sharpening their pitchforks all day, all week. Oh, they're sharpening them, waiting for this game. They're waiting for this one. So that's why, Kyle, you're not only competing against the Seahawks, you're competing against the public opinion. That's why I'm calling this a Kyle legacy game. Because if they don't win this game, There will never be a fire Kyle Shanahan like movement greater than this. It will be deafening. When we get into our post-game show live, that's what all the comments will be. And listen, you put yourself in this position. You're 2-3, 0-2 in division. You go 0-3 in division. I can't save you, Kyle. I can't. I don't necessarily want to fire Kyle. I don't think it solves anything. But also at the same time, I understand why people are going to be upset. I understand why people are going to want change because they expect to win and they haven't won. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen if they can't get this one out. So that's why there's a lot of pressure riding on this one. That's why the players have talked about it. John Lynch sounded pissed off on his KNBR interview. Good. We need everyone. General manager down. Ownership down. We got to get this win. All right. Me and my daughter, we're going to do a little sightseeing. Then we're going to go get ready for this game. I've seen a lot of 49er fans out around Seattle already. So I do believe 49ers will be well represented out here. They're going to be a lot of 49er fans at this game because we know 49er fans still travel extremely well. And they're going to be a lot at this game. So this is going to be a war. You got two teams with their backs against the wall, baby. You can't forget that your opponent is in the same boat as you. Your opponent, they don't have the same level of pressure, however, because you got a rookie head coach. They don't have the same level of pressure that the 49ers do, but we're in the same boat from a record standpoint. So we'll see. We will see. So appreciate everyone as always for tapping in. We got to beat Seattle today. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Got to get the dub. It's a must win. I don't care what anyone says. You got to win this one. So smash that like button if you haven't already. If you're going to the game, make sure you're using TickPick. Use the code SF9ers. Get $25 off. All that good stuff. Remember, if you want to build your sleeper ticket, tap in with Sleeper. Use the promo code SF9ers. Let's get this dub, baby. Let's get this. Man, I hope we're coming on here celebrating. I hope we're coming on after this show hyped, vibing. That's what I want. Get your cookies on the way out. Appreciate everyone as always. And I am out of here. I'll see you after the game. Let's go. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to